Welcome to the General Administration of Traffic and the Licenses Affairs Department. Holotech Group also welcomes you to the self-service program of the Unified Theoretical and Electronic Training. Traffic signs. While driving on the road, the driver notices the presence of a large number of different shapes and colors of road signs, which are installed on poles on the sides of the streets and intersections. Traffic signs are placed in order to inform drivers of an important information that facilitates his use of the road on which he is driving, and to avoid the occurrence of an accident that may endanger his life and the lives of others. Let's start learning driving in the right way to reach a combination of both safe and professional driving on our country's roads. Let the tour begin.
Vehicle knowledge. Definition of motor vehicle. It is a mean of wheeled or tracked land transportation or traction and moves with an automatic engine. Vehicle parts. The vehicle consists of the following main parts. Wheels. They are used to move the vehicle and help in absorbing shocks. Suspension system. It absorbs the shocks from the road when the vehicle moves on uneven surfaces. Gearbox. It increases starting movement, increases and decreases the speed. Transmission pack, clutch or turbine. It connects and disconnects mechanical energy from the engine to the gearbox. Transmission shafts, drive shaft or axles. They transmit the motion from the gearbox to the wheels. Engine. It converts the energy concealed in the fuel into a mechanical energy to drive the vehicle. Steering system. It is used to guide the vehicle. Brakes. They are used to stop the vehicle. Chassis. It is the primary base of the vehicle on which the vehicle parts are installed. Body. It is the compartment allocated for seating the driver and the passengers. Safety devices. They are used for the safety of the driver and the passengers. Vehicle status data panel and the importance of its readings. It is an electronic panel in front of the driver, includes indicators, meters and lights that help the driver to know the status of the vehicle, devices and the systems. Driver panel indicators. Engine temperature indicator. It should not rise to red mark. Fuel quantity in the fuel tank indicator. The fuel quantity should not be less than quarter. Engine RPM indicator. It should not exceed 5,000 rounds per minute. Vehicle speed indicator, speedometer. The speed should not exceed 120 km per hour. Mileage indicator. The periodic maintenance should be performed according to the mileage reading. Engine oil pressure level warning indicator. It should be turned off after the engine is turned on. Otherwise, turn the engine off immediately. Charging system warning indicator. It should be turned off after the engine is turned on, otherwise, turn off the engine. The fuel quantity warning indicator. Go to the nearest refueling station. Brake oil level or brake fault warning indicator. It should be turned off after the engine is turned on. Otherwise, check the brake oil. Handbrake warning indicator. The handbrake should be released before moving. Vehicle doors close indicator. Vehicle doors should be closed properly. High beam light indicator. It should be turned off when facing vehicles. Fog remover from the rear window indicator. It should not be used except in the existence of fog on the rear window. Seatbelt use reminder indicator. Passengers of the front seat at least should use the seat belt. Trunk open indicator. The trunk must be closed before turning the engine on. Engine temperature rise indicator. Stop driving and turn the engine off immediately. OD off indicator. The use of OD reduces the fuel consumption. Engine fault indicator. Go to repair workshop and link it on the computer to indicate the fault. Airbag system SRS warning indicator. It indicates the existence of fault in SRS. T-belt indicator. The T-belt needs to be replaced as soon as possible. Wheel ABS warning indicator. It indicates the existence of fault in ABS system. AT oil temperature rise indicator. Stop the vehicle on P position, and when the indicator is turned off, you can move. In case of the indicator is flashing, go to the maintenance workshop because there is a technical fault. Sliding warning indicator. There is a fault in the system. Refer to the maintenance workshop. Fuel strainer indicator. Strainer should be replaced as soon as possible. Maximum speed limit warning indicator. Reduce the speed. Kinetic Dynamic Suspension System (KDSS) indicator. There is a fault in the system. Refer to the maintenance workshop as soon as possible.
Importance of traffic policeman hand signal. Traffic priority is given to traffic policeman hand signal, where it cancels the effect of all road traffic control devices and aims to control vehicles' traffic. Also, there are meanings for traffic policeman whistle sounds based on principles, rules, and meanings, which will be illustrated later. Traffic policeman hand signals. Signal to stop vehicles coming from front. The policeman is facing the coming vehicles, his left or right arm raised at a right angle, his palm facing the front, and the other arm alongside the body to down. Signal to stop vehicles coming from back. The back of the policeman is facing vehicles required to stop. His right or left arm extended straight and aligned with the shoulder, and back palm is in the direction of traffic coming from the back, and the other arm alongside the body down. Signal to stop vehicles coming from front and back together. The policeman is facing the coming vehicles. The left arm is extended straight to up, palm in the direction of coming traffic, while back of policeman is facing the traffic coming from the back. Right arm is extended straight aligned with the shoulder, and back palm is in the direction of these vehicles. Signal for moving of vehicles coming from the front. The policeman is facing traffic, his left arm extended with the brachium in the front at the level of the shoulder, while forearm and palm directed up at a right angle with brachium. Back palm in the direction of the traffic coming from the front, and forearm can be moved to front and back to show the intended signal. Signal for moving of vehicles coming from the right. Traffic motion is for vehicles coming from the right, and vehicles coming from the back and front must completely stop. With the right arm extended with the extent of the shoulder, back palm is open to up, with left brachium at the level of the shoulder from the left side. Forearm and the palm at a right angle with the brachium and the motion of the forearm, and palm in the direction of the brachium. Signal for motion of vehicles coming from the left. Traffic motion is for vehicles coming from the left, and vehicles coming from front and back must completely stop. With the left arm extended with the extent of the shoulder, back palm is open to up, with right brachium at the level of the shoulder from the right side. Forearm and the palm at a right angle with the brachium, and the motion of forearm and palm in the direction of the brachium. Traffic policeman whistle signals. Traffic policeman whistle and meaning of its use. The sound of traffic policeman whistle has specific meanings, and the driver has to pay attention and implement it as follows. Short sound followed by long sound means stop signal. When the policeman sees the traffic or the pedestrian's motion should be stopped, he blows short sound for attention and then long sound to stop. Long sound followed by short sound means move signal. Long sound to attract attention of the drivers and pedestrians, then blows a short sound to start motion. Short consecutive sound means acceleration. When hearing the sound, all beware to accelerate. Long consecutive sound means increased attention and caution. When the driver and the pedestrian hear the sound, they have to stop to determine the demand of the traffic policeman. It is used also to increase caution between members of the police.
Traffic lights. First section. Definition of traffic light. It is an electronic control device that operates with electrical power used in controlling the vehicles and pedestrians' motion. It is the most important traffic motion control device. It comes in the second place after traffic policeman hand signal, which controls traffic motion at crossroads, roundabouts or pedestrians crossings. It includes the following colors. 1. Red light. Stop. It means to stop completely before the stop line if it exists before pedestrian crossing, or before entering the intersection or the roundabout. The driver must wait until the signal color changes. 2. Flashing red light. Stop. It means to stop before the stop line and give way to the other vehicles to pass and the pedestrians to cross. It is like the stop signal or mark. 3. Yellow light. Get ready to stop or to reduce the speed. A. If it comes after the green light, it means the red light will appear and you must stop. B. If it comes after the red light, it means the green light will appear and you must prepare for motion. 4. Flashing yellow light. Give way. It means to move with attention and caution. Give way to pedestrians to cross and to vehicles that have the priority to pass. It is considered like give way sign or mark. 5. Green light. Move. It means to start the motion after making sure that the intersection is clear when this color appears according to the direction determined by the signal or the arrow inside the light signal. 6. Green flashing light. Be ready to stop. It means that you have to reduce the speed and pay attention when you see this light, which indicates that the green light is about to reach to its end and you have to be ready to stop. Second section. Types of traffic lights. Traffic lights are considered the second device used in traffic motion control after traffic policeman hand signal, whether for vehicles or pedestrians. It operates automatically and is divided by use to the following. 1. Vehicles traffic lights. The traffic light consists of 3 colors: red, yellow, and green, and sometimes it is determined by arrows and symbols that commit the driver with a direction. These traffic lights are classified into 3 types. A. Normal traffic lights, limited. It controls traffic by the traffic light, but with limited time for each direction. And timing and signal cycle is controlled by manual programming of the signal with limited time. Fixed time. Cycle length is constant for all directions, so that times are distributed to different light signal directions according to traffic congestion. B. Traffic lights provided with sensors. It controls traffic on the traffic light electronically according to vehicle's motion on the traffic direction, which is called varying time, where cycle length is not constant in all directions but according to the demand. Probes, timing units, are placed on the road surface. C. Central Control Signals, CCTV. It controls traffic more effectively than the 2 previous types, especially in successive congestions, where light signal time is controlled by a central control room by time increasing or decreasing according to traffic motion. 2. Pedestrian traffic lights. The driver must know traffic light signals for pedestrians, which are signals used to control pedestrians' motion at the crossroads. Pedestrians' light signals are: A. Green light, cross. It means that when you see the green light signal with a picture of a pedestrian moving, the pedestrian can cross the street where they have the priority to cross the roadway. When pedestrians' traffic green color starts to flash, pedestrians must accelerate crossing if they are about to end crossing roadway. But if they did not start to cross the roadway, they must wait until the green color returns again and cross the roadway. That means it is about to change to red color. B. Red light. Stop. When the traffic signal is red with a standing person, pedestrians are prohibited to move or cross the road. C. Flashing yellow light. Cross with attention. Sometimes there is only one light placed at pedestrians' crossings or schools. The driver has to be cautious and decelerate and give way to pedestrians. Three. Sound. Traffic light equipped for blinds. This type of traffic light is used for blinds. When the light signal is red for pedestrians, it produces a sound with short intermittent tone. And when the light signal is green for pedestrians, it produces a sound with a long intermittent tone. To help the blind to know that he is allowed to cross the street.
Road surface markings. They are paints, buttons, or other tools placed on the surface of the road, pavements, or sidewalks in order to give drivers information that guide, orient, or warn them during driving on the road. They may be used alone or complementary of other traffic control tools such as signs and traffic lights to emphasize their significance. Stop line. When the driver sees the sign, he has to completely stop before entering the intersection to give way to other vehicles at the intersection to pass. Give way. When the driver sees this sign, he has to reduce the speed of his vehicle before arriving at the intersection in order to give way for other vehicles at the intersection to pass. Pedestrian line. When the driver sees the sign, he has to reduce the speed of his vehicle and check if there are any pedestrians and stop at a sufficient distance from this mark and give way to pedestrians to cross. No overtaking. It can be in one or two continuous lines. Either way, they have the same meaning. And the driver must not overtake when he sees these two lines, because there may be a curve or a height ahead and insufficient visibility. No overtaking to the right direction. The driver who drives his vehicle at the right direction must not overtake when he sees this line, because there may be a curve or a height ahead and insufficient visibility. But the driver who drives his vehicle at the left direction is allowed to overtake. Traffic is forbidden except for buses. This mark means that this lane is forbidden for traffic except for buses, and other vehicle drivers must not drive on this lane. No stop, bus stop. The driver never stops, because this place is allocated for bus stop. If a driver stops, he would obstruct the bus to stop in order to load and unload passengers. No trucks. This mark means that truck drivers must not use this lane because they may cause disturbance and pollution for the area that they pass, or the lane is narrow for entrance of trucks. So the driver must only use the lane allocated to him. Speed limit. The driver has to commit with speed limit on the lane that contains this mark. This mark is used if the maximum speed differs on some lanes and requires less speed because the lane is approaching a traffic intersection. No overtaking island lines. The driver is prohibited to overtake or move on them. They are obstacle islands used instead of paved islands to provide safety. No stop on yellow square. The driver is prohibited to enter the yellow square area except if the lane is clear and there is a green light signal allowing him to move. He is strictly prohibited to stop on this area in order to not obstruct traffic motion. No stop, no parking. This line is used at entrances and exits to prevent stopping and parking of vehicles that may obstruct entry or exit of cars and vehicles. No stop and parking inside carriageway. The driver must not stop or park near from the edge of the road in case of existence of these marks. It is not allowed for vehicles to stop inside the road edge line, but it is allowed to stop outside the road at the right of the line. No stop. The driver must not stop when he sees this continuous zigzag line before and after pedestrian lines. Mandatory lane. This mark means that all vehicles must not change their lane or move from one lane to another when arriving to the area of the continuous line. Usually they exist at entrances, diversions, and crossroads. Mandatory direction. This mark means that all vehicles must not change their lane or move from one lane to another because the two lanes are separated by a continuous line. Keep moving away from islands. This mark means that vehicles must not move over these marks because they are paved islands. These marks are placed instead of sidewalks. Bicycles and pedestrians lane. This mark means that pedestrians and bicyclists must use the lane allocated to them, and drivers must not use this lane because it is allocated for pedestrians and bicyclists only. Bicycle lane. This mark means that bicyclists must use the lane allocated to them, and other drivers must not use this lane because it is allocated only for bicyclists. Bus lane. This mark means that bus drivers must use the lane allocated to them, and other drivers must not use this lane because it is allocated only for buses. Mandatory parallel parking. This mark means that vehicle drivers who want to park in this parking must abide to park their vehicles in a parallel way. Mandatory perpendicular parking. This mark means that vehicle drivers who want to park in this parking must abide to park their vehicles in a perpendicular way. Mandatory angle parking. This mark means that vehicle drivers who want to park in this parking must abide to park their vehicles in an angled way. Handicaps parking. This mark is used to guide road users to handicaps parking. Warning line. This line is intermittent. It is used to warn drivers of a risk or an intersection. Often it is found before the continuous line. Roundabout or intersection ahead. These marks are used before arriving at an intersection, especially roundabouts, where they warn drivers and alert them to reduce the speed and select the suitable lane to enter the roundabout. Speed reduction line. They are used to warn drivers of a risk that require reducing the speed. They look like small bumps and make vehicle wheels produce hitting sounds while moving on it. This is to warn drivers of an existence of a risk. Lanes determination. This mark is used to guide the driver to determine his lane while driving on the road. Road edge determination. This mark is used to guide the driver to know the edge of the road. The line is in yellow or white color. Traffic intersections. It is the meeting, the crossing, or the branching of the road at the same level, including the exposed area formed as a result. Types of traffic intersections. They are intersections equipped with one or more of traffic control devices, traffic policeman hand signals, light signals, traffic signs, and road surface markings. Equal rights intersections. They are intersections unequipped with any of traffic control devices. Priority cannot be determined in these intersections. They work like giveaway system, which will be explained later. Shapes of traffic intersections. T-intersection. Simple intersection. Circular intersection or roundabout. Service road entrances and exits. Highways entrances and exits. Dealing with intersections by the driver. When the driver approaches a crossroad and controlled by traffic light, he has to comply with the following: to pay attention and be cautious, to predetermine the lane he wants to pass through before his arrival at the intersection by enough distance, to use mirrors and watch vehicles around him, to use light signals to determine his lane, to reduce the speed when approaching the intersection by using brakes and speed shift. To commit with traffic, policeman has signals and the directions he determines. To commit with road surface signals and markings at the intersection and allow vehicles with priority right to pass. When the driver approaches a crossroad controlled by traffic light, he has to comply with the following. To stop by his vehicle when the red light is on. To be ready to move by his vehicle when the yellow light is on after the red light. To start moving by his vehicle when the green light is on according to the direction determined by the traffic light. To pay attention and be cautious when moving with his vehicle at the places of flashing yellow light. Allow pedestrians to cross and give way to the vehicles with priority. To reduce the speed of his vehicle and pay attention when he sees the flashing green light is going to end. To stop before the stop line and give way to other vehicles and pedestrians to cross when the flashing red light is on. To reduce the speed of his vehicle when he approaches intersections and crossroads. Driving rules at traffic intersections. Rule number 1. Priority of passing in equal right crossroads that have no signals or markings to determine the priority is given to vehicles coming from the left side. Priority of passing in the picture is given to the blue vehicle, then to the white one. Rule number 2. Priority of passing in case of intersection of two roads, one paved and the other unpaved. It is given to the vehicles coming from the paved road. Priority of passing in the picture is given to the blue vehicle, then to the yellow one. Rule number 3. The driver of a vehicle coming from a sub-road or services lane and is ready to enter in a main road must give way to vehicles coming on the main road and should not begin to enter except after making sure that the road is clear. Rule number 4. A. At intersections of more than one road in a junction forming a circular shape space, priority is given to the motor vehicles coming from the left side. Priority of passing in the picture is given to the yellow vehicle, then to the white one. B. Inside roundabouts, priority is given to the motor vehicle preceding others. Priority of passing in the picture is given to the white vehicle before the yellow one. C. The right of priority is equal for vehicles moving in parallel. Whoever wants to change direction, he or she has to give way to the vehicle which is moving in a straight line. Priority of passing in the picture is given to the vehicle which is moving in a straight line. Rule number 5. The vehicle moving in service lane must give way to vehicles coming from the main road and heading to the service road. Priority of passing in the picture is given to the white vehicle, then to the yellow one. Rule number 6. When entering to the opposite side of the main road from storage path, the driver has to give way to the opposite vehicles. Priority of passing in the picture is given to the white vehicle, then to the green one. Rule number 7. Give way to pedestrians while crossing the road. Priority of passing in the picture is given to pedestrians. Rule number 8. Give way to the following vehicles while performing an emergency service: official processions, emergency vehicles such as civil defense, ambulance, fire truck, internal security force Lahwiya, and police vehicles when using sound and light alarm devices. Vehicles equipped for transferring patients and the wounded while performing their duty. Military vehicles when moving in convoys. Priority of passing in the picture is given to ambulance vehicle. Rule number 9. If two vehicles meet at a T intersection, priority is given to the vehicle coming from the main road. The continuing road is a main road and the ending road is a sub-road. Priority of passing in the picture is given to the yellow vehicle, then to the white, then to the green one. Rule number 10. If two vehicles meet at an equal right intersection, and each of them is at the left of the other, priority is given to the vehicle moving forward or right. Priority of passing in the picture is given to the yellow vehicle, then to the blue one. Vehicles that lose the right of priority. Vehicles that are ready to exit from a building to the road. Vehicles that are ready to exit from the shoulder of the road to its carriageway. Vehicles that are ready to exit from public and private parking or fuel stations. Vehicles that are ready to exit from stop or parking place at the side of the road to start moving. Vehicles that are moving on a slope when meeting another ascending vehicle. Vehicles that turn and U-turn in a road not separated by a central island.